just ask God to come save me. Well, it was one of those things where, like, when I did it, I just felt this, like, presence in the room, like, with these hands stretched out. And so that was, like, the beginning of that song, this, you know, there I was, you know, and crying out in the pit of my despair, and there you were, you know, reaching out, you met me there. That was, like, this thing that I felt in that. And so the song just grew from that experience right there, you know. And I think about, you know, all the things that I've gone through and the things that I was facing at that time, that he was just fighting my battles for me, you know. And so, yeah, and so that's really it.
Thank you.
Good to meet you. Anybody else?
All right, I'll go again. Go ahead.
Right here?
Go.
Is there a song that you still sing that might be really emotional for you?
They all are. It just depends, honestly. Every night it's something different. Like, you know, I have these pinch me moments all the time where I'm just like, I can't believe I get to do this, or, you know, I can't believe this is where I'm at in my life. I would have never imagined being here. You know, some nights it's Fear is a Liar, some nights it's Rescue Story. To the Table's another one of those songs that gets me all the time, you know, because, you know, I know there's a lot of people that just feel like they're not worthy, or they don't belong, or maybe they just don't understand how easy God's made it, you know. And that's, for me, it's a chance for me every night to kind of share my testimony, and it's an invitation for people that, you know, maybe they grew up in church their whole life and just missed it, you know. But yeah, they're all different. Chainbreaker gets me sometimes.
Amen.
But anytime, you know, that you look out, you kind of connect with people that you know, they, you know, they're going through the same thing you're talking about, or they've been there at least. That gets me. So if you guys see me get choked up or back up, that's usually what I'm doing, trying to swallow a tear or something. Did you have one back there? Hey, buddy. How you doing? How you doing? I can't hear what he said.
He loves you.
Oh, love you too, buddy. Thank you. Thanks, man.
What was the very first song you ever wrote?
You don't want to know. It's an awful song. I mean, I thought it was really good.
Let's hear a verse.
It's funny. I actually probably have them saved on my phone somewhere. So it's really funny. I remember when I first started writing music, I had a friend of mine that was trying to help me record some little demos and stuff. I was like 22. And I thought in order to copyright your music, you had to, like, you know, record these songs somehow, fill out this paperwork, send them to Washington, D.C., have them logged and all this stuff, and then they would send you back this little, like, notary seal of all the songs that you've done. And that's what somebody told me, you know. Now you can just, on your iPhone, there's like a timestamp, so it's like, it's done. But I wrote this song when I was in college called Tribal Times. And I don't know why I named it that. There was not a single thing in there that talks about tribal. But everybody was getting these, like, tattoos at the time that were like tribal tattoos. So I don't know if that was it, but it was, you know, I thought it was a great song. And I listen to it now and I'm like, man, I've come a long way. When I first started writing, like, everything I wrote was like super, like, just monotone. It was almost like I was talking and trying to play the chords at the same time. So that was the first song I ever wrote.
So it's not one that you perform?
No. I've been writing songs for almost 20 years, so yeah.
It's time to, remix it.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it'd have to be a remix. Sure. It would. Anybody else?
I'll go again. Two-part question. Do you have a clue how incredible and important your ministry is? I mean,
I know how important what God's done in my life is. I'll put it that way. I hope I'm doing that justice. You know, I hope I'm serving that well. I know the platform that He's given me is it's a huge opportunity to share, you know, with the world what He's done. So it's not something that I'm ever taken for granted or taken lightly. I'm glad that this happened to me in my, early 40s and not my 20s. You know, I would have messed it up.
Would've been
big
ready.
time. And I think there's a reason why it didn't happen then. But, I hear that it means the world to me,
It does.
I love to know that God's taking the songs that I'm writing and using them the way I intended for them whenever I'm, writing these songs. And, I think for me, it's good to meet people all over the world that, we're all going through the same thing, Most people that tell you they're not being honest with themselves, so. But thank you.
Yeah, we're with a ministry, and it's called Set Free Ministry, and it's a one-year program, and especially when Chainbreaker come out, man, it hit a lot of people crying in our church watching that, and so I just thank you so much, brother.
Appreciate it.
And the other thing is, do you hunt?
I do.
I
I
got-
get to do it a lot.
My son,
I got to go deer hunting 3 times last year.
my son called me just before this and said, "You got to ask Zach if he hunts,
Yeah.
and if he does, I want to build him a custom rifle." So I put it out there for you, Richard Witt. He builds incredible guns. Yes.
Well,
Anyway.
I'd take a rifle. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna do that.
So if you're
we were in Montana yesterday, and that's what we did. We went to a gun range for the afternoon, me and my band, and shot guns for a little while. So
Yep.
it was nice.
If
to
you're interested,
blow
slide
some
me
steam
some info and he'll get with you.
Oh, that's great. My manager's right back here in
Okay.
the black jacket. So.
There, Richard, I did it. I asked him.
Hey, that'd be great. So where I grew up in Arkansas. My grandpa grew up and we did a lot of like pheasant hunting and quail, and then all the farmers kind of cleared off all their land, and the pheasants kind of moved to the north. But I did come down whenever I was younger, and we pheasant hunted in South Dakota. And, I used to rabbit hunt all the time. My grandfather passed away, kind of quit doing that. But my dad, we've got like about 50 acres behind their house. He doesn't own it all, but he's able to hunt it. So if I get to go home for the holidays, I sit in the tree stand where they're
There you go.
Last year I sat in one with my 8-year-old daughter, and she just blew grunt calls the whole time. So I
That's-
knew I wasn't going to see anything. It was just fun being out there with her. So it was fun. So
Thank you so
Yeah,
much for what you
thank
do.
you.
We really, really do
Appreciate
appreciate
it.
it and we love you.
thanks.
Is there something specific